Alright, we're back, folks. Bill Hoy with another video. What in the world is going on? It's my YouTube channel. Once again, like I said, my name is Bill Hoy. And I'm continuing to make more videos. And for anybody watching my videos, please comment. I don't care what you say. Whatever you want to say it. Say what you got to say, man. Comment on my videos, please. Give some feedback. I don't care what it is. Let's see here. This video is going to be a warning to everybody, man. I got to get this word out. These people got to be warned about what's going on, because it's hard to see. So I'll say America is in a dire situation. It's the title of this video, and really the world's in a dire situation, folks. And our collective situation is dire now, has been for decades, even a century. You could go back about 100 years with the installing of the Federal Reserve, which is nothing federal and there's no reserve, and it's a private banking cartel, ain't nothing federal about it. This is central bank and a progressive income tax that was established back in 1913, 1914, and don't believe me, folks, look it up. Look up Karl Marx's Communist Manifesto, two of the centerpieces of the Communist Manifesto. Central bank, progressive income tax. Hey man, don't believe me, look it up. Don't believe me, look it up. We are in a dire situation, folks, and this is my warning to everybody. This is my warning to everybody. I'm letting you know now. When are Americans going to wake up and realize that these politicians, these DC politicians, don't care about us, old politicians? They don't care about us. They don't care about us. They don't care about themselves. And this is a big one here. When are Americans going to start growing up? Adult Americans start growing up and not needing a proxy parent, these politicians, to tuck us in at night and read us a story. I mean, seriously. Seriously. It's like we're a bunch of adult children. I mean, this situation's dire, folks. We have adults that aren't even really adults. They need these proxy parents to raise them. Well, I'll get into that more. When are Americans going to realize that we're in a fight for our lives? We're in a fight for our lives. And I know it doesn't seem like that. Never seems like that. Never seems like that. And I'm telling you, pretty soon, this is going to be too obvious to hide. And by then it may be too late. Maybe too late already. Folks. Maybe too late already. But you know what? I'm going to keep fighting. I don't care. I'll fight to my last breath. I'm not going to lay down and quit like a lot of cowards are doing. When are we Americans going to realize that we are engaging in the most violence worldwide with our military and our corporations destroying the environment, everything? We Americans are engaging in the most violence worldwide against other people, animals, and the life support systems of our environment. That's not to say that other countries aren't doing the same thing. Yeah, they're doing the same thing, but we're doing the most. We're doing the most. It's time to take the log out of our eye and stop telling other people to take the stick out of theirs. Talk about a paradox. As bad as things are in the U.S., we Americans are the last hope for the world. How sad is that? The world is, that tells you just how much in bad shape the world's in. We Americans are the last hope for the world. And that tells you right there how unbelievably bad of a situation this world's in. The world's screwed. And then, and this is even more ironic, as bad as things are here in the U.S., I mean, our freedoms, folks, if you think you're free, you don't even know what freedom is. It's sad. People really think they're really completely free in this country. But I will say this, as bad as things are in the U.S., this is still the freest and best country to live in the world. You know, it's there. You know, you could look at, there may be some second world countries that may have some good things to them, or third world countries or whatever, depending on what kind of life you want to live. But all around, pretty much, the U.S. is still the freest country in the world, and it's still the best country to live in the world. And once again, folks, I am not tooting. I'm an American, and I'm not tooting my, my horn or anything. You know, this is not. I'm not trying to say that. You know, I'm not being biased and bragging because I'm from America. What I'm saying is that's. I mean, that's a testament to just how bad things are in this world. That the United States, as screwed up as it is still the freest country and the best country to live in the world. That's a testament to how bad the world is. And this is also a very important point. It's because of we Americans and what we're doing around the world with our military and corporations and stuff like that, that has made a lot of these other countries much worse to live in. We Americans are the cause for a lot of these countries around the world. Why, these countries are not as good to live in anymore, because mainly our military's gone in, destroyed their environment and their society. So that's gotta consider that. Let me tell you something, folks. If you think this isn't coming around to all of us, I urge you to look at my natural law videos and start studying into the sources I give to you, because natural law is coming around for all of us. And you can sit here and say, well, I'm not engaging in that violence and all that. Well, guess what? Natural law is coming around for you anyway. Whether you're involved with this stuff or not, natural law is coming around for all of us. That's why we have to start informing people. We have to start informing these people thinking about joining the military, telling them not to join. It's a death cult. It's a death cult. We need to start informing people in the military. You need to stop doing what you're doing. You need to stop doing what you're doing. And yes, there are other countries' militaries doing horrible things too, but we gotta, once again, we gotta clean up our own backyard, folks. Gotta clean up our own backyard. Don't worry about the others. I'm telling you right now, folks, the rest of the world's waiting for us. The rest of the world is waiting for us Americans. The rest of the world's waiting for us. Got bad news for the rest of the world, because it ain't going to happen. Under the current paradigm, it ain't going to happen. But I just want to say that I'm really talking to we Americans of, I would say, the middle age, not middle age, the generation of people in their 40s mainly and in their 30s mainly. This is who I'm talking to. The 50, people in their 50s, you can lump them in there too, but we're the last hope. We're the last hope for this country. We're the last hope for our children. I mean, if you think that you're being a great parent by just saving up for your kid's college fund or something, there's much more to that, folks. I mean, there's not going to be any college on the planet that doesn't support life. Okay, we got some much more serious things to worry about here, and we adults in our 40s and 30s are the last hope for this country. We're the last hope for this country. And 50s, some in their 60s, and but really, we of 40s and 30s are the last hope, because you know, these kids in their 20s are just deeply wrapped up in these gadgets and all this stuff. And I'm not saying all, you know, there's people in their 20s that are, you know, that are capable of helping us do this, but, you know, and mainly I'm speaking to people in their 40s and 30s. I'm in my 40s. I'm 48. So I'm mainly speaking to 40s and 30s people. Our children are dependent on us. Our children are dependent on us. And our parents are completely owned by this system. Our parents are shot out, they're gone. Our parents are rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic while it sinks. That's what our parents are doing. We got to try to find a way to save ourselves. We got to try to find a way to save ourselves. We owe it to our children, folks. We owe it to our children. I'm telling you, there is not going to be a world for our children. At best, if they do have breathable air, potable soil, and drinkable water, going to be living in a concentration camp. I don't think we're going to get that far. And I know it doesn't seem like this is possible. You have to do the research. And I suggest, I got some work here for you guys to look into. There's, I mentioned this before, but there's the book The Most Dangerous Superstition by Larkin Rose. There's Tragedy and Hope by Carol Quigley. These are books. There is War is a Racket by Smedley Butler. There's Propaganda by Edward Bernays. There's Operation Paperclip by Annie Jacobson. And then there's radio and video shows by a guy named Mark Passio. What on Earth is Happening? What on Earth is happening? Yeah, What on Earth is Happening? There's Dane Wigington, geoengineeringwatch.org. There's also Gary Null on Progressive Radio News Network. There's also Guy McPherson. I think he's still on Nature Bats Last. But once again, these are places where you can get information. And these are good starts here. These are good starts here. I hope you all start looking into this stuff. Once again, don't believe a word I say. Please investigate. You have to investigate. You have to investigate for yourself. You have to look into the information for yourself. It's the only way. It's the only way you're going to come to your own conclusion and see what you need to do for yourself. But I'm telling you, this is a very dire situation. Has been for a long time. I also want to make clear, it's not like all of a sudden yesterday it became dire. It's not like all of a sudden when Bush was elected it became dire. It's not like all of a sudden when Obama was elected it became dire. It's not like all of a sudden when Trump was elected it became dire. It's been dire for 100+ years, folks. 100+ years. Go back to the advent of the Industrial Revolution, the advent of the beginning of industrialized, militarized, mechanized society, which so many scientists I investigated all said that the paradigm is going to be unsustainable. It's going to be unsustainable, and before the world's resources are completely depleted, the planet's going to collapse. And it's collapsing, folks. It's collapsing now. Climate engineering is covering up a lot of that. Speaking about climate engineering, we're about a minute away from having to quit. I'm probably going to quit, but I'm going to start the second video. I'm going to start talking about a couple things here that we need to wake up about. We need to realize. I'm just going to cut it out because it's no sense getting started into it. So, all right.